inside the sandwich. I don't want it hanging out like a maniac.
You don't even fucking eat cheese anymore.
I
Not me.
try not to. It hurts my belly.
I want the sandwich. I want the cheese to be hanging out. I want to be able to, after I eat most of the sandwich and I get sleepy, just wrap
Sure.
myself up in that cheese and, sleep until I wake up.
No.
Yeah, I'm doing that thing. You guys heard about how on the ISS, they're turning their urine back into potable water?
I thought you were
yeah.
going to say they're turning their urine into cheese.
Well, what I'm saying is I'm doing that with cheese. I have a Monstroko brand invention
Sure.
that, I hope
Sure.
that they pick it up. I don't know if they're going to buy it from me yet.
I've seen you working on it,
But-
that Monstroko cheese gurgitator.
Yeah, the cheese gurgitator.
Mhm. takes all of the moisture in the atmosphere released by your body and just breath, and it turns it into a cheese culture.
Yeah, that I can pull out of my stomach directly.
Right, like a kind of a fucking videodrome situation.
Exactly.
Where you now have a cheese orifice, and once a month you release what they call a pearl, and of cheese.
Here's the thing: I highly do not recommend eating the pearl.
Don't eat.
Don't
It
eat
is
the pearl.
It's
Do
cheese
not-
technically, but it's weaponized cheese. This is not for eating.
Yeah,
Man,
that-
cheese. God, we've riffed to the point where I scared myself.
Well, I mean, it's bound to happen. We do a paranormal podcast. Sometimes it gets real, and we spook each other.
They tell you in improv, yes, but
Yeah.
sometimes we need a no but.
No?
Well, this was a technically no but because I was using the stomach instead of what it might have been.
Listen, no buts.
No buts, okay? Let's make that the motto of Werewolf Radar in all of our practices.
But
no
then
buts.
No more butts.
But then people will stop
More
sending us
butts.
pictures of their butts.
Okay, some butts, not
Which we-
all butts. How about that?
We don't get, but if they wanted to, they wouldn't be allowed to.
If you hashtag it, see more butts, it's fine
Nice.
because
Yes.
that's a reference.
Mm-hmm. True. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Werewolf Radar, the world's premier butt awareness podcast. My name is Jordan Dahl.
I'm Nate Balding.
I'm Roger Norquist.
And today's episode of Werewolf Radar is brought to you by Monstroko brand all-purpose holiday celebration. That's just what it says. Monstroko all-purpose holiday celebration. Interesting. Looks like they're getting in on the holiday celebrating action here. It says if you sign up for Monstroko all-purpose holiday celebration, nothing is required. Nothing is required of you to believe. You must believe in nothing. You will receive your own trapezoidal worship shape.
Okay.
It does say not compatible with other belief systems. So if you have,
If you've got a prior religious system,
I would say reject that before signing up for Monstroko
Yes.
all-purpose holiday celebration, which apparently takes place gathered around this kind of, I would say, pyramid. It's kind of a shape like it is a trapezoid. They're right about that, but it's kind of shifting. And you set that up in your room and you worship that on the night of the 29th through, it says December 29th through December 29th. So I guess
it's a year-round, all-purpose religious celebration.
Yeah.
Or
Oh, that's fun.
holiday celebration.
Which is coming up, honestly. Monstroko all-purpose holiday celebration, all-purpose winter holiday. Let's I guess we celebrate that now.
It's our holiday. It's what we do.
So the 29th. Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned, everybody. I'm excited to see it. We got rush shipping on our trapezoid.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, something weird is going to go down.
Mhm.
And we don't know what it is yet, but I'm ready to be hit with a hammer by a Krampus monster or something.
Sure. No, I think you just put the shape in your house, and on the 29th, you acknowledge it, you worship it, and that's it. Apparently, there's a fee that'll be withdrawn from your account. Just general. I think it just kind of is ongoing, but that's it.
It's a subscription. I have a subscription. It's
Mhm.
like HelloFresh. You know,
It's a
you
subscription
get
Yeah.
religion, if you will.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I think the big takeaway, I think, is acknowledge Zoidism, whether it be trap or other.
Mm-hmm.
Monstroko. What the fuck?
How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm
Yeah?
good. We're almost done with the holiday until our new holiday when we have to forego all of our religions and worship the trapezoid.
We're almost done with 2020. And on its heels, everybody seems to think 2021 is gonna be better.
No.
Well, define better.
Well, we're gonna have the vaccine. That's gonna maybe things can go back to normal in terms of not, maybe I can go back to kissing my grocer on the lips.
Yep.
Yeah.
You always told us how much you like to do that in the Zoom room.
Maybe I can go back
sneezing in the old folks' home.
Oh yeah, tasting things on the bus. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to lick people's eyes again.
I want to press eyes together.
Have you ever had someone lick your eye?
Absolutely. There's a special spa that I go to. They give you the gecko treatment.
I have a fun story where a stranger licked my eye.
Yikes.
Of course you do. Why wouldn't you?
Is it appropriate?
It is totally appropriate. It's not sexual at all. It's actually terribly frightening.
Of course, it would be normal if it was sexual. I would be like, okay, this is just a fetish.
Yeah. It's called gecking, all right?
This was in late high school. I was with my friend Kyle Montoya, who drove a spider real fast. It was
fuck yeah.
We would drive around sometimes in the mountains, and we were at some house after going to a haunted house. Actually,
literally. First of all, literally exactly how James Dean died. By the way.
Yes, I know.
Driving a spider too fast through the mountains.
It went like 130, and
nice.
We definitely should not have been doing that. Yeah. But, fine. Mm-hmm. We lived.
Sure.
James Dean died so we could live. But yeah, we had been it was just around Halloween, we had been to a haunted house, and then we went to the home for an after party of one of the people who worked there, and one of their roommates, his whole deal was every time a new person came to the house, he had to climb onto them and lick their eye like a chameleon.
Chameleons don't do that.
Well, they lick their own eyes.
No, they don't. That's a gecko.
Gecko, whatever. Like a weird lizard monster from the desert. So, yeah, this guy just he climbed onto a couch over me, held my head back, licked my eye wide open. Disgusting.
I'm against that guy. I'm against that kind of behavior.
I'm fully against it too.
I think you were assaulted.
Yeah, I think that's unless it was some sort of Monstroko all-purpose holiday celebration.
Yeah, it could have been a Monstroko all-purpose December celebration.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this guy was the CMO of Monstroko.
Interesting.
Oh, well, then he was just doing product.
Yeah, that was just product placement into my eye. Like the chip you're going to get from Bill Gates when you get your vaccine.
We're that podcast.
I like that you're in a place where you can legitimately ask us, have you ever had anybody lick your eye? And and we might have,
It's possible.
Yeah, we definitely have a listenership who has been able to ask that or been able to answer that.
Mm-hmm. Now I gotta ask you guys.
Sure.
It is Boocember.
It is. That's what I was gonna say. We're halfway through Boocember.
I'm ready for some spooky delights. I want to hear tales of terror.
Sure.
If they're holiday themed, that's gravy, baby. That's gravy on my cookies.
I don't think mine is.
That's how I like to eat them.
I have a spooky story in the words of the person who went through the spooking.
Okay, well, in that case,
Boocember.
I want to go first.
Okay, I like it.
Okay, I'm calling this segment "Ho Ho Horror Days."
Oh,
that's something.
It's good. It spooked me.
It's something. Scared the hell out of that guy.
It sounds like a Supernatural Target ad.
Just a little.
Come on down to Ho Ho Horror Days for a confusing holiday experience that is both cheerful and terrifying. It does sound like a holiday a holiday haunted house, which isn't a bad idea. Anyway,
like a Christmas horror scene where like Santa's like butchering the elves.
Yeah, you got it. He's making them into elf sausage or something.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I got it. I'll invest $3,000 into your idea.
Sweet and spicy. Oh, I don't want to eat elves. Although it does make you hover. You can't fly, but you can hover. It's a swift and fleeting high.
You can get exactly as far over the ground as they are tall.
As I have said before, traditionally Christmas in England was a time for scaring children by telling them ghost stories. We know this. You love to scare the wee childrens, in their wee children in their beds, weeping, greeting about the ghosts that might come and try to pinch them during the long, cold winter nights.
Ghosts are always pinching.
They pinch you. They'll pinch your toes until they're skin and bones.
As long as they're not licking your eye, it's fine.
Sure. Yeah, right? It's nothing. Yeah. The living. That's who you need to worry about.
The ones that lick your eye.
Anyway, long story short, I'm reading a listicle because that's where I'm at. We're going to go over to the motherfuckers at Mental Floss. They just have a big MF on their site. So it makes me think just like, motherfucker, we got quizzes. We got amazing facts.
Motherfucking facts.
Motherfucking facts.
Yeah, more facts.
And they did a list, one of their famous lists. They baked up one of their wonderful lists back in 2017. 7 spine-tingling tales of Christmas ghosts.
All right. Yes. Hit us with them.
All right, here you go. I'm going to hit you upside the head with some ghost tales. Buckle up. Number one, the island of Alcatraz.
Christmas ghosts? Go on.
Off the coast of San Francisco. Has a long and spooky history. In its earlier days, Native Americans allegedly used to banish miscreants to the island as punishment, where they were reportedly plagued by the local spirits. Alcatraz, of course, became the notorious federal prison in 1934, housing criminals such as Al Capone, before it was shut down in 1963. Today, visitors to the island report hearing screams, the clanging of metal doors, and the sound of voices within the walls. One of the most famous tales associated with the island supposedly occurred, excuse me, in the 1940s when Warden James Johnston held a Christmas Day party at his residence for the staff at the prison. The good cheer is said to have been brought to a swift halt when an apparition sporting mutton chop whiskers and a gray suit appeared. The temperature in the room plummeted and the fire blew out before returning to normal when the spirit disappeared about a minute later.
So they were visited by Lobo?
A minute? The rattled guards were too scared to stay in the residence, and the rest of the Christmas celebration ended abruptly. I do like that this James Johnston guy tried to keep it going. He's like, oh no, don't be afraid. Come on. Everybody loves a ghost. Look, I'm dancing. Come back.
Dance with me, ghost.
Al Capone, come on.
That is a good sketch.
Yeah. Anyway, so that happened at Alcatraz.
You know what? Another interesting Native American tie to Alcatraz. A bunch of them took it over at one point for like a year.
Well, I remember that. Or, well, I don't actually remember. I remember having heard about it.
Yeah. Which, give it back.
Give back the cursed land
here
that they sent their own prisoners to.
Here, you can have this haunted island. That's it. We've decided we don't want it anymore.
I mean, that'd be right in step with the American government.
Truly. Sure. We kind of got a bunch of our ghosts on it too. Sorry. Number 2, the ghostly queen returning home at Aver Castle. Aver. Anne Boleyn is notorious as the second of King Henry VIII's ill-fated wives. To marry Anne, Henry spent years seeking a divorce from his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, and went on to sever England's relationship with the Catholic Church in Rome, forever changing the course of British history. Despite the lengths he went to ensnare her, Henry soon grew tired of Anne, and, choosing to believe the idle gossip surrounding her, had her beheaded in 1536. A number of reports exist of the ghost of Anne Boleyn, but perhaps the most affecting is the version said to haunt her childhood home, Hever Castle in Kent. Some say that every Christmas Eve, the spectral figure of Anne Boleyn can be seen slowly gliding across the bridge over the River Eden toward her family home, where she was at her happiest.
Head or no head?
Well, I mean, with
I assume it's a Sleepy Hollow situation.
Just
carrying it
underneath her arm, she walks the bloody tower. Remember that one?
Yes.
Sure.
I remember that.
I gotta imagine it's probably like a head under the arm situation.
That's what Nate was saying. Yeah, Sleepy Hollow sitch.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow sitch, or like maybe
a platter is always good, like a little.
God, that is good shit.
Like
right
every afternoon, she serves her own head up on a fresh platter. She makes different every day.
So I think it's probably like she does her ghostly business. That makes it sound like she's going to the bathroom.
It sounds like ablutions, but yes.
Ablutions. She does her ghostly business until someone sees her, and then it's time to make with the Beetlejuices. Then it's time to make with the head on the platter. It's time to turn to them and like take it off. You know, do a large Marge at them or something.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That still makes it sound like she's on the bathroom and then just gets scared when someone opens the door.
Is that what you call doing a large march? I gotta go do a large march. Anyway, 3.
Next.
The Headless Horseman at Roos Hall.
Wait, there's more than one Headless Horseman?
Listen, man. The afterlife, the etheric plane, crawling. A lot of people get decapitated. And I think your brain exists long enough to be like, oh no! And that's a ghost maker right there. Seeing your own body, that'll shock you. That'll shock you into the afterlife.
I am going to start calling guillotines ghost makers.
Ghost makers. The ghost maker. 5,000. From Monstroco. So how'd you guys feel about that Scottish accent for the last one? Did that bring something to it?
Well, our Patreon patrons,
the Dark Council,
Jigglesnick said, are we all going to be okay with Jordan's catch-all anything north of Manchester accent?
Fuck you, mate. I'll do a fucking, how's this for Manchester?
None of us know England well enough to know the difference.
Roos Hall in Suffolk lays claim to be in one of the most haunted houses in England.
That's more of a Cardiff.
The 60. Oi, fuck you, mate. Fuck yeah. The 16th century hall has a number of sinister connections, including a gruesome hanging tree, an oak tree planted at the site of the old gibbet, where numerous criminals were hung. To make these things even spookier, inside one of the building's cupboards, the mark of a devil's cloven hoof is said to be imprinted. Ugh. But perhaps the most dramatic haunting, this is difficult, is supposed to happen every Christmas Eve. Legend has it that an headless horseman clatters down the driveway with his 4 black horses, his foul black horses, pulling a phantom coach, terrifying any and all who witness him. Clattering, I tell you.
Yeah, the Zoom room likes that, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do a different one, a different region for each one. Let's keep going. All right, Headless Horseman. What do we have? The haunted dining room at the Crescent Hotel. This is gonna be we're in Arkansas, so
no, do it.
Hey, I'm from Arkansas, innit? No, this is gonna be just me.
Oh, that was a good Little Rock.
The Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, was built in 1886 and is rumored to harbor numerous ghosts. We accept cash, credit, or Esper coin, who seem to be especially playful during the holidays. One Christmas, the staff came down to set up the dining room, only to find the Christmas tree had been moved from one side of the room to other.
See, now this just sounds like a drunk manager just getting pissed. Like,
sure.
Can't believe they put. I said the northeast corner.
I told them the northeast corner. What kind of crap? What kind of non-transhuman asshole hasn't had the surgery to sense true north? This is a reference to our grave nugget. Nobody will get that. Anyway, some people are getting implants to help them sense true north. Apparently, it's very cool. Another year, all the menus in the dining room had been scattered around the room. Other visitors have reported seeing groups of ghostly dancers clad in Victorian-era clothing whirling around the deserted dance floor.
Now that's a residual ghost, right?
Mm-hmm. Because that's gotta be.
Either that or unacknowledged children.
Sure.
I just like the idea to where they're all intelligent and all these intelligent ghosts have decided to have a ball.
No, I think that would be what you'd call a residual haunting, where it's like, this is a time when people had their best, the best time, this Christmas ball, a Christmas of old Victorian, back when the old dark Christmas hadn't fully been squashed under the heel of the Catholic Church. Release Christmas!
Release Christmas, Catholics!
This is my cause.
It's not. The Christmas.
It's not. Christmas for all. 5, the ghostly gathering of kings at Wawel Castle. Wawel? Is that where Wario lives? Sorry, Poland.
I think so.
Let's call it Wawel. Poland's Wawel Royal Castle was built on Wawel Hill in the 1500s. Within the hill lies a deep cave known as Smoksajam, Dragon's Den. Legend has it that a great dragon once lived there, terrorizing the locals before Prince Crack bravely vanquished the dragon.
Ooh, Prince Crack.
Prince Crack, K-R-A-K.
Yeah, also Smoksajam is a very good sativa.
Nate's now a stoner, if you guys haven't caught on.
Smoksajam is the new single by Prince Crack. Bravely vanquished the dragon, brought peace to Poland. To memorialize this event, a statue of the dead dragon now stands in the cave. Go deeper into the cave and you come to yet another chamber. And it is here that on December 24th every year, all the long gone kings of Poland are said to meet and hold a spectral council.
Let's go.
That's fucking incredible. That rules. Holy shit, what a quest, right? Man, we got what? We got 4 days to get to the Cave of Kings, the Smoksajama. In Poland, and I don't know. We're
gonna have to break several quarantines. We're gonna have
to present some kind of an offer, some sort of leg or ham, smoked.
Now we're gonna need the whole goat on this one. Just to shove it in there.
Yeah, some medieval treat, coxcombs pie or something, and give it to them, and then they'll give us, I presume, a +1 spectral dagger.
I'm just looking for +1. I'm not looking for +2.
I want +1. I mean, the ultimate in paranormal preparedness. We talk a lot about being prepared and having the right equipment and talking to a psychic and cleansing and stuff. If you can get a +1 phantasmal dagger, that is literally the best paranormal preparedness. I mean, outside of a +2 phantasmal rifle, but I don't even know where you'd get that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what monster drops that? You let us know.
Really? Yeah. Find me the cave where that creature appears every December 24th. I'd like to see you try.
Well, I think the monster that drops that is the weird Nazi guy from the movie Falling Down.
Okay, yeah.
Like he's got a canister of Zyklon B.
It definitely drops from some Nazi ghost.
That's for another episode. Nazi ghosts.
The death of Nazi ghost yields ancient powerful pistol.
And this is actually presaging my segment Zig Smile.
No. A preto. Number 6, the mistletoe bride at Bramshill House. Abrupt topic change. In the early 17th century, a young woman named Anne was to be married on Christmas Day at Bramshill House in Hampshire, England.
Oh, back to the accent.
Bramshill House. Well, before I was doing I was doing Scotland, and now we'll do sort of a sorry, posh English. Hampshire, England. After the ceremony and feast, as was tradition at the time, the guests were all set to carry the bride to the bedchamber for a good fucking,
Ho, ho, ho.
Anne suggested a game be played and asked for a 5-minute head start before the guests came to find her.
Wait. They're gonna watch
5
the
minutes
fucking?
ahead of the front.
In the early 17th century, I'll start again. A young woman named Anne was to be married on Christmas Day at Bramshill House in Hampshire, England. After the ceremony and feast, as was tradition at the time, the guests were all set to carry the bride to the bedchamber. That she might get,
Gotcha.
a rogering,
Oh, I don't like that.
that she might perform the queen's duty.
I like that slightly better.
Roger does literally mean spear handler.
I don't like this.
Regardless, Anne suggested a game be played and asked for a 5-minute head start before the guests came to find her, and then they would capture her and take her off to the bedroom, presumably for a good fucking. Everyone searched long and hard for Anne, but no sign of her could be found. At first, they thought she'd played a merry trick. But soon, a sense of unease fell over the guests. The bridegroom, Lord Lovell, was distraught, and guests began to whisper that she must have fled. Days, weeks, months, and years passed, and Lord Lovell never stopped looking for his bride. Just walking around. Come out now!
Never left the house. She's somewhere in here.
Ollie, oxen free. This is very spooky. This is some real Bly Manor scary shit. One day, some 50 years after her disappearance, Lord Lovell was up in the huge attic of the sprawling mansion where he began tapping on the oak paneling. As he knocked, a long-hidden secret door sprung open, and inside he found an ornate wooden chest.
Oh, no.
He pried open the heavy wooden lid, and there, still in her wedding dress and clutching her mistletoe bouquet, were the skeletal remains of his beloved. The scratch marks on the inside of the lid of the chest attested to her desperate but futile effort to free herself from her hiding space. While the story appears in many variations, Bramshill House is thought to be the most likely site, and that is the end.
It sounds like there was PSAs from the early 80s, I guess, or late 70s about hiding in refrigerators.
Yeah, don't, you'll die.
But I mean, nobody would find me.
No one would find you though. It was a good hiding spot.
It's a great hiding spot.
To be fair, 50 years, she won. Like, she won hide and seek.
You nailed hide and seek. Well, you know what? Actually, she didn't. They found her. They found her.
No!
Oh, she lost in the end. Oh, no.
Oh, wow. That's how you get haunted. Anyway. Poor guy. That's poor gal and poor guy finding her. I imagine him as at like 90, like still, Ollie, oxen free. Opens it. Oh, dear. Well, I found you. You're it. Okay, 7 and final loose. These are pretty loosely Christmassy, I gotta say, mental floss, but great work out here.
That one was literally a woman who became a ghost on Christmas Day.
Hey, come on. Number 7, the apparition of a murdered highwayman in Kent.
Ooh.
I don't know how people from Kent talk. One Christmas Eve near the close of the 18th century, a notorious highwayman named Gilbert is is said to have stopped a coach and horses near the Hawkshurst Road in Marden, Kent. The coach contained a young lady and her father, and Gilbert ordered them out onto the road.
Sure.
Just as the girl stepped out, the horses bolted, taking the coach and her father with them. The young lady was left alone on the dark road with the highwaymen. As she looked into his face, she recognized him as the very same highwayman who had murdered her brother some years earlier.
Oh, you're Gilbert. You murdered my brother some years ago.
Gilbert. Horrified.
He became a cartoon dog man?
Oh, hey, I don't mean to kill him. He shouldn't have pulled iron on me. Listen, you bite off enough of the steak, you're gonna choke.
He's like the prototype for that Buster Scruggs movie, that first story in there.
I'm a hard fucking highwayman. Horrified, she drew a knife hidden beneath her bag and stabbed Gilbert in the side. Oh! Fleeing into the bushes. When the horses were calmed and the coach returned a little while later, the men discovered the bloodied body. Fucking idiot.
No, bloodied.
No.
Bloodied.
Leave me. Leave me here.
It's now bloodied.
No, I have to learn.
We could just change the universe for you.
Discovered the bloodied body of the highwayman and buried him at the side of the road. When villagers found the woman in the forest the next day, she'd gone completely mad. They avoided that spot on the road for many years.
As you should.
Yes, let's go to dinner. There's wonderful chilies up the street. Oh, no, let's not take that road. There's a mad woman and a highwayman's ghost. I don't want to. It's a whole thing. And it's said that every Christmas Eve, the bloody scene is silently replayed to all that pass through.
Awesome. I mean, horrifying, but awesome.
Yeah, I'm with Roger here.
I mean, I gotta say, if ever there was a place where you might get a +2 phantasmal pistol.
Oh, yeah. Take it off of fucking crappy adamant.
Yep. Gilbert was his name. And that does it, guys. That does it for Ho Ho Horror Days. This Boocember feature of Christmassy spiced ghosts. Holiday spiced ghosts. A selection.
I like that spice.
A selection of gourmet spiced ghosts.
Let the spice flow.
For the holidays. The spice must flow.
Nate, take us away, and then I'll end with a listener ghost story.
Can we briefly, did you guys watch Mandalorian? You all caught up with the Mandalorian?
I'm on episode 4, and let me tell you, episode 3 was adequate.
Adequate, huh?
Yep. I'm warming up to it.
Okay.
You're gonna get there. I still have not seen the last episode yet, but I have seen a lot of people talking about it.
His name is Grogu. Y'all know that? Can we talk about Grogu for a hot second?
Can we talk about how he's literally voiced by Mark Hamill?
Grogu is?
Yeah.
What?
He's like Goebbels or
Mark Hamill. I made that up. I have no idea if Mark Hamill does like Grogu. No, he does it new every episode, new take.
Okay, Mark, we're gonna need you to eat a frog. No, don't chew it. Swallow it like Yoda would. Yeah, like yep. Good. Okay, Mark. God, what a pro. Have you gotten to the part where Baby Yoda eats the frog yet, Roger?
Yes, I got that part. It was awesome. I was like, look at this guy.
He loves to eat stinky, swampy, fishy
stuff.
things.
Yeah. It's why other Yoda was on Dagobah.
Oh, and remember when
It's why Dagobah was empty except for that one weird bat. Yoda made
Werewolf Radar Star Wars fan theories.
Also, for sure, remember that it brings a new flavor to that soup that he made Luke on Dagobah. You know, like I always thought that was probably like a
real
bitter
new flavor,
a bitter root situation, but it was for sure like frog eyes and like placentas and shit. and it wasn't steaming because it was cooked. It's just that's the way it is.
If you want to be an interstellar traveler, you're gonna be eating some weird soups.
Listen, you're gonna get some strange chowders out there.
I'm gonna throw this at you. It was not cooked. It was a ceviche.
Yeah, that was yes.
Yoda's just making some swamp ceviche for every new Jedi.
Swamp ceviche.
Swamp ceviche. It is in talks with Guy Fieri. I am. Anyway, go ahead. It's Boocember. We got to keep this ghost train a rolling.
We are. We're doing great, everyone.
I think it's we're doing great.
So I'm about a week late, but this is a segment I'm going to call